Hello
Can you hear my
there.
voice okay?
Yeah, fine.
That's great.
We're normally figuring out settings for ages, aren't we?
Yep. That's why I asked. I thought we were going to test, and then you just pressed record, and I was like, no.
Yes, well, welcome to the TheSaddleCast, you filthy animals. To
Oh
episode
god,
3.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Stumpy the Orca, or Stevie.
And I am Buddy, used to be Darling Tangima, otherwise known as Haley.
Yeah, that's how you pronounce the new username, everybody.
Now when they hear both names, they just go, oh, so that's how it's said.
Yeah, right, and today we're discussing our series.
Exciting stuff.
We went through and we have 9. It's a lot. I think you only know about 3 of them.
Yeah, you have so many of them.
We've not been sharing them with the world very much. Because mostly they are theories, you know, they're not really fact.
Yet,
yes.
Give us time.
Yes, lots of time.
Like, a couple of years, maybe?
Yeah. Well, in 2 months, the Keiko theory's been a year.
Oh god.
That's terrifying.
Oh god.
Well, anyway, yeah, we did start off with Keiko theory, which is...
That is
don't know.
Our main one.
Yes, which is 013 from the Northern Isles pod. We started off with him, really, because after I figured someone posted it ages ago and said, this looks like Keiko's son, look at the freckles, and no one knew where the pod it was from or anything, so I remember spending like an all-nighter finding it out. It was actually really fun. And yeah, then we thought maybe actually it could just be a relation, and that's how it started. Can you actually hear the bird, by the way? Okay, you haven't been hearing the bird. Okay, sorry. The new bird.
I can hear it a little bit.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie.
The little birdie has decided to make lots of noise, and I don't know how to get him to stop, not my birdie.
You don't know how to make the bird stop.
No. Anyway, back to whales and not birds.
You can't even get Bones to stop, and Bones is your dog.
I can if I fed him, but it's not his feeding time yet, so he shouldn't.
He got stuck in the duvet.
He's not the brightest of animals. So yes, sometimes he will go inside the duvet cover instead of under the duvet, and then try and get out, resulting in him falling on the floor with the duvet around him as he attempts to continue to walk out of the duvet the wrong way, resulting in this weird kind of ghost thing going around the room. It's all really horrible and exciting.
See, that's why the first recording of TheSaddlePatch was a disaster, because Bones got stuck in the duvet.
And he wouldn't stop whining. And I couldn't get him out without halting proceedings. So yeah, if you don't know the Keiko theory, it is essentially that we did a lot of research and figured out there was a lot of coincidences, and I don't believe in coincidences. And we figured out that, yeah, he could actually be a member of that pod, and that could have been why he never successfully reintegrated himself into the wild.
Because they put him in Iceland instead of in Scotland.
Yeah. They actually did ask Scotland, Ireland, and Iceland if they could have a sea pen, but Ireland...
And Scotland said yes, which is the most annoying thing. They were like, yeah, go for it.
But Iceland sort of... I don't know, maybe Iceland was like the top preferred location or something, I think. So
I think so, because maybe that's where they thought maybe that's because that's where he was captured, so that might be the best place to put him, but...
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's where they put him, and that's where the theory comes from. Then followed up by Project Why Did We Do This to Ourselves, which you may have heard mentioned in previous episodes.
Oh dear.
Basically, yeah, why did we do that to ourselves?
But why did we do this to ourselves sort of stemmed from the Keiko theory, because we realised if we found this information on Keiko and how he could be related to the Northern Isles orca, maybe the other Icelandic orca could be related as well. And we thought we would go through, like, looking at their eye patches and their saddle patches and see who we could match up or looked familiar, like they looked as if they came from that population. And that was fine until we realized it's not scientifically possible.
Oh, we found the paper and we're like, oh, well, that was kind of a useless venture. The paper is just about the Northern Atlantic population. It basically says you cannot identify pod structure or lineage or matrilines through what they look like because it's impossible.
It basically just was like a big fat no.
Yeah.
Like, you can't know.
It's like, no. Why? No, you can't. They did multiple tests and the only orca they ever matched up were the West Coast community because they all have very distinctive eye patches. Not saddle patches, eye patches.
All their saddle patches look the same. It's just the eye patches because they go towards the butt.
Yeah, they've got an angle on them. Even then, though, some have got bumps, some have got lumps, some have got hooks.
And some of them look like Aquarius, who looks like he's just been in a paint factory explosion.
Yeah.
What is with that eye patch? Seriously,
I don't know.
what the hell?
I think they just went to town. It's like, you know what? We're making this baby. I'm going to make these eye patches awesome. You know, he gets lost enough. Maybe they cover his eyes. I don't know.
Maybe that's how we identify him. Just sort of like, right, I see the eye patch. Let's just go get him.
So yeah, why did we do this to ourselves? It's never been published for the exact reason of it was proved scientifically impossible and a massive waste of time. But I still actually have all the screenshots.
Oh, you poor soul. There were so many screenshots we went through.
I know. So bad.
Although, we did manage to get the capture map out of that, so it wasn't a useless venture.
Yeah, every night venture we do go on, something useful comes out of it. I'm just really pissed off they Google Maps stopped supporting it, so we can't have it on the freaking Saddle Patch anymore.
That is so sucks. I'm so angry about that.
Yeah, you have to download it now, and I don't think anyone's going to want to, just in case you think it's a virus. I promise it's not a virus. It is the map, and it is really good. It's a useful resource.
It's helpful, trust me.
It's so helpful when it comes to Icelandic, it's unbelievable. Like, if you try and Google an Icelandic location, it won't tell you where it is. Google Maps will be like, fuck you, I don't know where this is, and you're like, no! I was finding capture sites through a lighthouse website, for crying out loud. That was the only place that was able to give me a location for these places. Oh, it's horrific.
To be fair, the only way we managed to make one of the most helpful things in making the sightings map was that I knew what some of these places were.
Oh yeah, when we did the Scottish one, God, yeah. I remember just going to you like, where's this? It's not on Google Maps, help me.
Because some of them aren't in the map, because some of them are only known by by a certain English or Gaelic name, and they're not on Google Maps in that name, and you're just sort of like, well, okay, guys.
I was like, help me. Yeah, hang on. Next theory.
So we totally sort of benched Project Why Did We Do It to Ourselves on the grounds that it's impossible. So.
It was named Project Y initially, but that ended up being Why Did We Do This to Ourselves, to follow Project X, which was the Keiko theory. Followed up next was the weaning theory.
That was a pretty good one.
Yeah, it is a pretty good one, that one. More reading, discovering things, and thinking, hang on, SeaWorld didn't do this. Maybe it's linked to something.
We found a paper on, was it on teeth?
Yes.
I believe it was on the was it North Atlantic it was on?
I don't remember which population, but it was definitely related to teeth.
Yeah.
I think it probably might have been the southern residents, I'm thinking, because I don't remember any teeth in the North Atlantic.
Most likely. Hang on, I'll see. Carry on. I'll see if I can find it.
Well, anyway, we found this paper and it said that weaning continues until they're age 4, which was like, what? Weaning till age 4, and that is actually backed up in one of my books. It's a kid's book, but it still says the words age 4, and age 4 is repeated quite a lot. Now, it doesn't mean they're necessarily using their mother's milk dependent on it until age 4. They are fully weaned at age 1. With all the mother's milk that they need, but they supplement it with fish.
Was it 1 or 2? I think 2 was the maximum age for complete.
It might have been 2. I might be, maybe it was a year and a half. The average may have been 2, the youngest at 1, I think.
Yeah, that might make sense.
Yeah, and basically, they continue to take their mother's milk well, to age 4, and also supplement with fish. Basically, they stop at age 4 average, so they should be with their mothers until that age.
Yeah, because they're still using the mother's milk as sort of
Immune
system
booster.
boosters at this point.
Immune boosters. Immune boosters.
Immune boosters. This is really sad because I don't have one. I have no immune system. I'm effectively just dead. It's a miracle I've lived this long. Let's be real here.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. I'm happy for that miracle.
I'm loving it so far.
So yeah, then we looked into like mortality rates at SeaWorld on the younger calves, especially ones that were either rejected or taken away from their mum, or their mother died. Various things like that. We haven't actually found a link. We haven't looked at it very much properly, have we?
Not really. I think the ones that were rejected outright have not done well. Like Naya, she died. I made a point about this when I was talking about it. God damn it, I'm gonna have to look through my archive. I hate looking through my archive. It makes no sense. It's just like, there's bits of science in here, and then there's random shit. I'm just like, God damn it. I have doomed myself.
Did you not get the search function for it?
No. This isn't even remotely what I want in life. Is it in? Fine. Be that way. There's a reason I hate looking at my archive.
Well, yeah, I remember as well that being another good thing about them being with the mother, at least like in the initial, because the first bout of mother's milk contains the most immune booster. It's called a special thing, and they get that first. I think someone was worried about J50 not having it if, Slick was the mother, or not mother or something.
It was about that time, J50, so I'll just look for that. But yeah, it was around that time, and I believe Naya and Halen both died of immune system sort of things. They were immune connected. It's probably just easier to look it up, actually. God damn it, I broke it. I was doing so well. I swore I was doing so well. Oh god. That's not what I want. But yeah, it was Halen and Naya. And I think Victoria we were thinking about as well, but she hasn't been given an official...
No, she wasn't given a cause of death, was she?
Yeah, Halen died of acute encephalitis, which is to do with your immune system. Nayar. And Nayar died of immune system failure.
So it's really something that we should actually finish the theory on, but...
We really should, because that was an important one.
Yeah, it's sort of just, it got started, and then, we want other people's input on it initially, didn't we, when we posted on the Saddle Patch, which has now been deleted because of my blunder. But yeah.
Yup.
We kind of read the data and went, this can't be right. Why is SeaWorld doing it that wrong? When there's data out there that says, till 4, minimum, But obviously I understand space and shit, but, that's why they should be in the wild.
Yeah, it was really good. It was just sort of like, well, this doesn't work.
Anyway, that was the only theory that I think is not related at all to the Northern Isles orca or West Coast community, because I think pretty much the rest of them are, except for that one. Yeah. We love them, and we want more people to love them, so we're going to make lots of theories on them.
Please love them.
Love them, please.
They're great.
Cetus, you adopted Floppy Fin. We much salute you.
Respect.
So much respect.
A great choice. Floppy Fin's the best.
No, John is the best.
That is a lie and a con.
Let's face it, they're both awesome.
They're old men. It's fantastic.
I know. I've adopted a whale that's probably older than my mum. It's great.
I've adopted a whale that could be like my father. He's old enough to be both of our fathers, really.
Yeah. Really? Oh god. Anyway, we love him. And we love John. We love all of them. And that brings us to the next theory, which is Alba.
Yes. I named Alba.
You named Alba, and we hope to, if they ever go, hang on a minute, yeah, there's another orca, do you want to name it? We'll be like, yes, we're naming it, we discovered him first, give it.
To be honest, if there is orca babies, then I want at least 2 of them to be called Alien Stevie, let's be real.
Yeah. And Stevie has to be a dude, for no other reason than it just needs to be ironic. Like, they'll name it Stevie and it's a girl, and then it'll grow up and it'll be, alright, okay, that's dude, sorry about that. Kind of like Spock, I really like that.
Spock is my favorite, like, they're like, oh, they're a dude, and then suddenly, nope.
They're a lady, they had a baby. Anyway, Alba is a we have a periscope fin. And,
he turned up in a video, and we've never seen him. He's never been identified, like, he's never been properly catalogued.
No.
But he was seen with Floppy Fin and Nicola, and I think it was Lulu as well.
Yeah, because at first we thought, oh, it's Aquarius, he's with Lulu, but then we realised that in a different shot, the fin leans completely the wrong direction. Like, every other whale, pretty much, in the West Coast community, they all lean one way, and his leans the other way. And maybe the video was flipped, but I'm not too sure it would be. I'm not too sure on the sense of that if it was.
I don't think Aquarius has like that hook either. His is straight.
It has a slight lean. Aquarius does.
Slight.
Only slightly. It is the opposite direction as well. Yeah, so we really think that this population, they're only spotted. I mean, the only research paper on them is 36 sightings in 19 years. That is an average of 1.5 sightings a year. Now, obviously, they are sighted more now. Everyone has a camera. Everyone's seeing them better. Maybe, I don't know.
Also, they were hanging around a lot near me last year.
Yes, they were. Which is odd.
It was very odd. And I'm not sure what they were up to. I was just like, guys, I'm not complaining, but what are you doing?
They are just so fab, and they need to be do what Comet did in I think 1980, which was swim alongside a yacht for 3 hours. Yeah, this is the best thing ever.
Oh god, that was so funny because they were just sort of like, oh look, I remember reading the newspaper and hearing that these people were terrified of this whale that swam by their boat, and I was like, mate, it's only an orca. And then I realised it was Comet, and it was a window. I totally understand.
Pretty much the same size of the boat. This whole yacht, and then there's just Comet literally riding the bow wave of this thing. Probably making a bigger bow wave himself, to be honest.
The boat would be riding his bow wave. Let's be real.
Yeah, let's be honest, it would be. So yeah, we have the theory that Alba is another unidentified orca that is often misidentified, probably as Aquarius.
I think a lot are being misidentified because we had another video.
Yeah, there's the
it's like, that's not Aquarius, but
yeah, it's isn't it the ones who appeared in Ireland?
Was it the one in Ireland?
Oh no, there was a different one, yeah, but we couldn't figure that one out at all. Yeah, there's a picture of him.
Mhm. We're just like, we don't know who the hell you are.
Yeah, I remember the guy on the video as well. He was like, I don't know who this guy is.
Yeah, because he said, oh, I've seen all the rules, but I've never seen this one before. And we're just like, who are you?
It's like if a guy that does whale watching in that area all the time is going, dude, I've never seen this male orca before who's fully grown. There's a problem. So yeah, adopt a whale. We can research them more.
Because he runs the tour that's seen them a lot.
Yeah, he must know them like the back of his hand, to be honest.
Basically.
Yeah. I mean, if I ever do actually make it to that far of Scotland and go on his tour, I'm probably going to scare him and be like, oh my god, have you seen Comet this year? And be like, what? What?
Or even better, we see some of the females and we're just like, oh my god, look, it's puffing. And you're like, how do you know?
How can you tell? It's taken me years. It's like, I've studied.
Every time I think of Puffin and I'm trying to describe how she's different to Occasus, I just sort of like squat a little.
Squat, like... yeah. I just did that, and my back twinged. Every time I go puffing, my entire like forefoot would just bob down. Puffing.
Yeah, it's just like you squat down a little bit, like.
No, just stop making me squat down. It hurts.
Stop it, you idiot.
I am a massive idiot. Oh, sorry. Kill time. Anyway.
That theory sort of runs in nicely to, is it the Aquarius one next?
Yes, the Aquarius one is next, which is, if you've ever seen his ID photos from the NAKID, which is now no longer existent. So on our Sky Shore blog is pretty much the only place you're going to find these ID photos. Seriously, refuses our help and then the bloody website goes down.
God damn it.
Yeah, anyway, they look nothing alike. I mean, the left view is it's got a big reflection on it of waves, which is really odd. That means it's got like a kind of lean towards the camera, and then the saddle patch is really, really thin and far up the dorsal, whereas in the right you've got a backwards saddle patch. You've got it looks completely different, really. I mean, maybe it was taken a couple of years apart, but one's thinner, one's wider. It's just, it wouldn't change that much.
Yeah, it completely changes. And I think the
HDWT ones match, I gotta admit. But it's just the ones on the NAKID that don't match.
Even his, the dorsal itself changes. Like, one of them's quite pointy.
Yeah,
and the other one's quite
slopey.
Because in the HWGT, it's very smoothed over. He has a very circular. It's like curved, you know what I mean, at the top.
Yeah, curved at the top.
But this one's pointy. We're just like, who are you? You're not Aquarius.
Oh. So yeah, that was one of our. The other one related to IDs is Moneypenny.
Moneypenny is a fun little adventure.
She's a lovely gal, is Moneypenny, but
beautiful.
The one thing, it was actually, yeah, it was the NAKID ID shots again. They are completely different. I mean, if you look, actually, they're actually really squat, and then you see
more like Puffin and Occasus, and then in the other one she's stretched.
Yeah, and if you look at the when she's in the ID photos for the eye patches, she's got quite a tall dorsal again.
Also, the saddle patch is a bit weird. Like in the right ID picture, it goes very far down, but in the other one, it's quite small.
Yeah, and if you look at where there's a picture where she's mostly out the water, you can see her saddle's actually got that really awesome S shape, which in the ID photo is just not there. It's a lot thicker, and maybe it's different angles. We might just be picking at nothing, but at the same time, it could be something.
It just looks a bit strange, to be honest. Like, it's just a bit. These pictures don't look like the same animal.
Yeah.
And we don't even know if we're just being fussy about it, or if we're actually like, oh wait, no, these aren't the same.
I mean, we are talking 36 encounters over 19 years.
Good point.
So, I mean, sometimes they can go years between sighting these guys.
Floppyfin wasn't sighted this year, because I got an email and he was like, oh, he hasn't been seen, and I was like, okay, so they just told me all about John Cole. They were just like, unfortunately, we haven't seen him. We know he's about, but...
Yeah, I mean, it's not too worrying. I mean...
We thought Nicola was dead because she hadn't been seen in 2 years, and then she popped up again. We're like, oh no, she's fine.
Yeah, she popped up again this year. Or early last year. What am I on about? What? It's 2015. Oh my god. So yeah, that's why we don't actually have any filmed footage of Nicola. We do actually have it now, but we didn't have it when I made them gifts a while ago.
Because she just wasn't about.
Yeah.
Just like, okay. But yeah. See, that's what I don't get. Like when people worry about the southern residents, oh my god, they haven't been seen this year, and I'm just like, we didn't see Nicola for like, there's a proof of her existence for about 3 years.
Yeah, but with the southern residents, I mean, they are seen so often during the summer.
Yeah.
I imagine as soon as one's not with the pod, you're thinking, oh god, and then after 2 or 3 sightings where they're not there, they are just, presumed dead.
Which is sort of very different for us. We're just sort of like, well, somebody got fucking lost.
Yeah, no. When that post came up yesterday, and I was like, that's Mouser. That's Mouser. That is Mouser. Shit, I recognize that number. That's Mouser. I was so happy.
Same. I was just like, I know that Finn.
I mean, she's. We've managed to track her this time from. She's seen in March in Iceland, 2014, and she was back here. I think we saw her. Was it June or July? Either way, she was back here pretty fast, to be honest. And then she's gone back again. To be seen in January as well is really surprising. Normally they're not seen until about March when they're leaving again.
Yeah.
So it's awesome stuff. It really is.
Cool.
Anyway, talking about Mouser, the next one I have. Oh no, I don't have the next. The next one is the Irish orca.
Oh yeah, Princess. I keep calling her Princess.
Yes, which is basically in. Let me backtrack to get my details because I had it listed. In 2003? No, 2001. Bollocks. Anyway, 3 orca went into Cork Harbour in South Island, and 2 left. 1 male and 1 presumed juvenile little female calf. The female died. There's 2 reports. One says that she was in her 80s. One says 40s. We're not too sure which one to believe because neither of them are what I'd call legitimate sources. They look like the websites built in the 1990s.
They're so bad.
So bad. Flashing GIFs. Oh god, it was painful. I'm telling you.
I do not recommend looking up those sites.
But the female was 6 meters in length, which does lead us to believe that she might have been one of the West Coasters because they go to about 6 to 7 meters. Whereas
females, and then the males go up to like 8, 9.
Yeah, and then obviously the other populations around that area, which probably there actually aren't even any documented down there except for the West Coasters. They could have been some North Sea ones gone really wrong, or Mid-Atlantic.
Because that's happened before, because we've seen them.
Yeah, they have
really far where they shouldn't have gone, and we're just like, who are you? Go away.
Yeah, there's a massive group of like 70 of them. It's like, what are you doing? But yeah, considering the size of the female, we're thinking that. Basically what happened is they came into the harbour. They were there for like a month before one died. They stayed there for a couple of more days, and then the adult male left with the little calf. If you want to see a post about them, just head on up into the Scottish Auto Blag, and then go on the Ireland tag, and it should be there. Yes, it is there. Along with photo of Comet. Why does always that happen? Why is it always Comet?
I think just because he just goes where the people are.
Yeah, but I was not expecting that when I was typing in the tag for Ireland to the first post being Comet. Like,
what?
Damn it.
What were you expecting?
Yeah, he's everywhere. That should be a theory. Comet is everywhere at every single time.
I'm pretty sure he has clones. It's like Orca Black.
There was that killer whale as well in 1977 that went up into one of the taller Irish seas. We think he might be like a young Junco or something, but he again was pretty huge. He had a sloping eye patch, which is also indicative of that population. So it might have been one of the older males who has since died, unfortunately.
Could have been Moon, to be fair.
Nah, it wasn't Moon. He's got a bit of a kink in his fenders, dopey dick, which is what they called him. That's very,
beautiful.
beautiful. It really is beautiful. Yeah, he came up the River
God
Foyle.
bless that.
So yeah, that's the two Irish guys. Following up on the next theory, which is the calves in the West Coasters, which was only last year, and I think it's fresh in everyone's memories. If it's not, then where have you been? Oh, I can't believe he still hasn't replied.
They're so angry. So angry.
I mean, he was so quick to reply when I sent him a message like, hey, you know that sighting you saw like a week ago? Any idea? And then I sort of bombarded him with questions about eye patches, possible identification of the male and everything. He remembers slopes, which is one thing. Promising thing, that's promising.
That's very promising.
But the HDWT were like, yeah, it's probably just, one of the females. And it could be. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to discredit the organisation I love, but at the same time, he said there was a female with them, and unless he's misidentifying Puffin, but then remember there's 3 calves, I'm not sure how that's possible.
Unless he misidentified, Lulu, Puffin, and Occuses, who are actually pretty big.
Yeah.
Puffin,
then you've got Penny and he said there wasn't the one fluffy fin wasn't there. Which is like, okay. That? He said the one with the fluffy fin wasn't there.
Oh.
It's like, okay, yeah, I know that because your description said tall male dorsal, and I'm pretty sure the fluffy fin doesn't fall into that category.
Oh, fluffy fin.
Do you even lift, bro? No, I tried.
Oh.
So yeah, calves. We have that. It's an ongoing one. We're hoping that maybe someone will get another sighting.
It would explain why they were hanging around so much.
Yeah, like chilling in the inland bit of the waters, really.
They were so inland, it was ridiculous. I was like, guys, what are you doing?
I mean, they kept going into locks, okay?
They kept going to lochs. They kept going between islands, and I was like, mate, what are you doing? It was literally just like, guys, what even are you trying to do here? But yeah.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
The next one, Northern Isles hunting in trainer attacks.
Oh, that's a current one. That's when we realized at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, but I don't even know I don't even know how we came across it. It was like 3 in the morning, and all of a sudden we were like, hey, what if this is a hunting technique? And then we were like looking into all the kinds.
I can't remember when we started looking into it.
I don't know, but it was 3 a.m. It was a really bad time to start a theory. Of all the times to start one, it was 3 a.m.
3 in the morning.
3 in the morning. And we didn't get very far with it, but we got far enough. The most of the wild sorry. Anyway, like fish eating orca residents, they would herd fish. They herd fish, don't they? Then they can eat them.
Yeah. They sort of herd them to like coats and shit.
Some of the instance with trainers is where they were like herding them, keeping them away from the edge, not letting them go back.
There's a lot of incidents early on where they sort of got between the trainer and the stage.
Yeah. And then you've got the instance where they hold them underwater, which is a transient method of hunting. I know none of them are transient, but they, we haven't studied the ones in the North Atlantic enough to know if you classify them as transients because they eat seals and other possible marine mammals. But, holding them underwater is pretty much a way of, this is how you kill a mammal that breathes.
And it's like we've seen, like, specifically Northern Isles orchid, like, use it, like Musa does it.
Mousa, yeah, there is actually a gif where you can see it diving over the top of a seal to keep it under the water.
Which is what I think it was Kaiprat did. He started trying to leap on top of his trainer.
Yeah, there's a video of that. I don't want to look that up.
And the dragging underwater and drowning them, which is, again, a hunting technique, has been used by, I think Orchid's done it. Kusaka's definitely done it.
Yeah.
Did Telecom did? I remember reading somewhere he grabbed. Might have been when he was very small, though, like when he was little.
So we haven't figured out yet whether it started with ones.
They also pinning.
Yes, pinning.
Pinning is another one they did, which Can Do 5 was apparently bad for. Yes, it was Telecom who tried to attack his trainer when he was 3. He tried to drag him down, his trainer down, when he was trying to move him between pools.
That was it. I knew there was a new Telecom incident.
Yeah.
By new, I mean old, but newly discovered. That's it.
Yeah. I think pushing around is also is a technique when they try to tire the animal out.
Yeah.
I can't remember which mammal eating population does that, where they push the sort of animal around until it's just like worn out as hell.
Yeah. We haven't really done the specifics, like if they've learnt it from other whales or anything like that, or if they're just doing it themselves, or because they've figured out that humans breathe, let's put them underwater, kind of thing.
Yeah. So that's what we're thinking. Like the more the Icelandic captures seem to be a lot more like pushing and pulling and prodding and jumping on top of.
I mean, Shamu, when she got hold of that secretary, she didn't take her under the water.
Nope.
She dragged her around.
Very many. They didn't. I can't think of any.
She just grabbed hold of her leg and didn't let go. So it wasn't really like, I'm going to drown you. She didn't really have maybe the knowledge or anything like that. Just grab hold of her leg. Like most of the incidents prior to Icelandics, I don't think there was actually many incidents that involved them being held under. Just sort of like, Cuddles was particularly violent. I mean, he tried to grab.
Cuddles' name contrasting to the fact that he wanted to kill everyone. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it really is.
Like, Cuddles is such a lovely name, and then you realise his keepers had to clean the pool from the protection of a shark cage, and you're like, oh.
Yeah. There was an incident document with him where they say that he dragged someone into the pool, but it also notes that it could have been a PR stunt.
Doubly so. I'm disappointed if that's a PR stunt. Winston also tried to grab the Prince of Wales.
Yes, I remember that.
That's fantastic. I'm just like, mate.
Yeah, I love the Cuddles one where he was going to go kiss his trainer, but put too much effort into it and broke his guy's nose.
Oh my god.
I was like, bravo, Cuddles, bravo.
He's too affectionate for you.
Like
Cuddles didn't do things by half. He went for it.
Yeah. Like, and there was a few.
Wasn't very friendly.
No.
I thought he was friendly.
No.
I thought he was like a very calm whale. Apparently he was very aggressive to animal care. Okay?
I'm gonna be aggressive, yeah.
Can Do 5 was really aggressive.
Well, she was a transient, wasn't she? Can Do 5?
I think she was Icelandic. She's Orchids.
One of the Can Do's was, yes, this one's Icelandic.
Hang on.
Yes.
Yeah, Can Do 5 is the one, Orchid's mother. And she went for everyone, basically. Oh, apparently a trainer suffered a fractured neck when Can Do 5 landed on top of her and pushed her to the bottom of the pool.
Oof.
Ow. That's a hunting method. Just saying.
Aww.
But yeah.
Sorry, there's a picture here of Can Do 5 with baby orchid, and I mean baby orchid.
Oh my god. Baby. But yeah, we have
Babies.
other theories.
We do. Not when it's distracted with babies. Hang on. Oh, the only other one is Puffin being a calf at first sighting or photographing.
Or Puffin being a male.
It's still documented as male. She is every single female apart from Nicola and Moneypenny are juvenile, possible male, female. They're basically
She's a minimum of 24.
minimum 24, but they could be a male. Come on, give them a chance. They could
One
shine.
hell of a late growth spurt. Anyway, yes. Carry on.
Massive late growth spurt. But yeah, it is true. If you look at earlier pictures that we have of Puffin, which again, I'm going to recite the 36 encounters in 19 years. That was prior to 2012, by the way, since might have changed. But yeah, if you look at different photos, and our ID photos as well. This is a whale, by the way, that is estimated to be 7.5 meters in length. But
she's so cute and
she's
so little.
tiny.
I said that to my mum. I was just like, oh my god, I love Puffin so much. She's so little and precious. And my mum was like, didn't you tell me? Like, the males are like 9 meters, and the females are like 6 or 7? And I was just like...
But her melon, have you seen her melon?
Have you seen her eye patches? She looks like a type D. She's so precious.
Such tiny little eye patches and such a tiny little dorsal.
She's so little. What is up with that?
And the thing is, when she's like first ID'd, she's even littler. She's just rough. Don't know why I said
tiny. She doesn't have like a big. In those first pictures, she looks like a cat.
She really does. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the pictures are black and white, unfortunately, and you can't really see if she's actually got a yellow tinge.
But it wouldn't surprise me considering how absolutely tiny she is. She does look.
Yeah. I mean,
also she's seen with Comet and like big males.
Yeah, she's always Comet.
Yeah, you're bound to think she looks kind of small in those pictures.
Yeah, she was first identified in 2000 on the thing. Comet was identified in 1995, and they have always been seen together, since. So that's why we have the relation idea of them being brother and sister, possibly, or they could. They're definitely not mother and son. That's all I'm saying.
No. But even if you look at her melon in the sort of eye patch pictures, it does look like she's very small.
Yeah, look at it. Like she has a beak. I mean, compared to like Orcassus behind her, she has such a long, flowing form. But actually, if you look at Comet, he has the same sort of nub at the front.
So does Nicola. Nicola's got a little nub.
Yeah. So does. Yeah, Floppy Finn has one too.
And then there's ones like John Cole who've got like a long sort of loping thing.
Yeah, he's got the long patch, and so does Moneypenny. And the thin patch, saddle patch as well.
And then there's like, don't know about Queers. Queers, I'm fairly sure that to get his saddle patch, they just left him in the vicinity of the paint factory.
Yeah. And then they kind of smeared it towards the end, like, oh, we kind of fucked that up, didn't we? Everyone else is like really round, or maybe a bit of a smudge, or maybe really thin, and then his is just.
It's like bleh.
That's why he gets lost. It covers his eyes. It covers his eyes. That's why he gets lost. It's mystery solved on that one.
We've solved the mystery.
We've solved the mystery. Mystery ink gone wrong.
Oh my god.
But that is it for theories, even though I think
it's not.
Isn't it?
No, it's not.
What one did I miss?
the moon theory and the baby theory.
Oh my god! I forgot about those two!
I've been wondering, I was listening to Scottish Orca and wondered why you've never mentioned them. I was like,
because my brain is wrong. Oh my god, I forgot it. Oh, I'm sorry, Moon. We had such a great theory on you as well.
It was so good.
Because, yeah, although they did find a big whale carcass, it was far too decomposed for them to get an ID off of. I think bits were missing, if I'm going to be honest. If you've ever seen the picture, which is actually featured in Toothware article, which you may have seen everywhere.
Specifically in the SeaWorld debate, which made us really angry.
That was like, really, you're going to go there? Don't you dare go there. But they went there.
And I was enraged.
We both were. I remember watching it and just instantly just like, what is this bullshit?
You basically knew they just looked at the pictures because you were just like, what is this?
Don't just look at pictures, SeaWorld. It's important to read. Open your eyes. Read facts. It's good for the soul.
It makes your soul happy.
Yeah, have proper sources. It may change your life. You never know.
Yeah. There's the moon theory and there's the baby theory.
Baby, I forgot about baby.
How did you forget about baby?
I'm so sorry, baby.
Oh, I love baby.
I really do.
You made me really upset.
You really did. Anyway, look, everyone was really confused as to who we're talking about. We were referring to Baby, which was the orca found on Belshire Beach. Have I said that wrong? Have I said that wrong?
A little bit.
What does it actually sound like?
It's like Belshire.
Okay, there we go. That's how you say it properly. And that was the juvenile that was found dead on the beach, essentially. You may remember him. You know, he has the worn teeth. You've seen a picture of him, probably.
Yeah. I got that message at work, and I couldn't load the pictures, and I thought, oh my god, one of my bodies is dead, and I panicked so hard.
I panicked so hard because the first picture came up, and I was like, okay, it doesn't look long. I can't tell if the eye patch is sloped. Oh my god. It was a bad time for everyone, guys. Bad time for everyone.
It was horrendous time.
But then more pictures were posted, and we were like, okay, it's not one of our 9 babies that are left. It's still sad, but it's not one of them.
Yeah, basically.
And so we got to researching on good old Baby. And
we found Baby because he's a juvenile. Because we were just like, right, he's the baby.
Yeah. We found a possible last sighting of him. I remember that, but it's obviously not proven.
A group of 12 were seen north of Ballish. I think it was Ballisher Beach. I'm not sure where they saw him.
Oh, it's on oh god. I'm gonna butcher it if I say it. It's gonna be horrible.
What are you trying to do?
South, east. Oh, it has an I after it.
Oh, that's where I am.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, that's me.
That's you. I could never say it. I'm so sorry. I can spell it. Does that count?
That does count.
Okay, good.
He was seen on the Garanan coast. Garanan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is like 30 odd miles off, and that was a couple of days before.
It's me. So, yeah.
And they were seen by Sea Trek, and they were the ones who reported the sighting, which we tracked back to this picture. And the dorsal matches.
Dorsal matches disturbingly well.
Yeah, I was quite surprised considering that was one of the only pictures. But obviously, it could just be a family member that has a similar dorsal. I mean, we don't have any pictures of the saddle patch. We can't prove it or anything. The eye patch doesn't match, but that's because it is the opposite side. We couldn't really say, like, call up the guys who were doing the necropsy, like, hey, can you roll them over so we can take a picture of the eye patch? That's just
the saddle patch matches quite a bit.
Yeah, a bit that we could get anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, otherwise we were really sad, and that's why we named him Baby, because he was just a little baby.
He was, because I remember everyone on Newest was talking about it, but when they mentioned it, they were just like, he's a bit small for an orca here. And like every single person mentioned it, and I was like, he's 6 meters, that's like Tillicum size. But every single person I talked to mentioned the fact that he was a bit small. Like, everyone's just so used to massive whales here. We're just like, a bit small, you know?
Yeah.
And I thought that was funny. Literally, everyone was just like, he's a bit small for you, you know? He's kind of tiny.
Oh yeah, because I mean, obviously he was emaciated as well, which doesn't really help him look imposing. But yeah, that baby, bigger than Tillicum. They measured.
Yeah. He was a big boy, even though he was small for us.
Mm. He doesn't look it in the photos at all because he just looks so baby-like. I'm so sorry. And the fact that what they found in his stomach contents just pisses me off even more.
That pisses me off because people shouldn't be doing that. I'm like, we have rules. There's a reason we. Makes me so angry.
They found sailage wrap in his stomach, which is stuff they put around hay bales.
Wrap and string, which you should never leave around. But it really annoys me because people need to pick it up so their cows don't eat it and choke and die.
Mm.
But that sort of means that sort of implies that these people picked it up to stop their cows dying and then just shoved it on the beach.
Yeah, let it go off the sea. No one can see it. It's off. It's gone. No one's going to find out it was me. We will find you and end you.
I will find you and end you. I have connections.
And if one of our West Coasters rolls up on a beach full of sailage wrap, you are more than doomed. I think we have enough of a Tumblr posse.
And just be like, right.
I think enough people on Tumblr love the West Coasters now. We could get this together. We could end you. Yes. Anyway, that threat over. Have we run out of theories? Now I feel really bad for forgetting about baby.
Moon. There's still a moon.
There's still moon. Oh, yeah, baby moon.
Because there was some.
Yeah, when I went on a let's find pictures of Orca from Facebook binge to try and get more pictures, for ID purposes, we think we found moon sighted in 2012. Which,
to be fair, would make sense, considering Moon was always on his own. I mean, technically, we assume he was going around with Lulu, but we never saw them together.
Yeah, we only assumed on the Lulu part because every other female was partnered with a male except for her, who seemed to be just on her own until she only joins up with Aquarius and
Ophiuchus
when they're together. She's never seen with either one on their own. But anyway, Moon was presumed dead because the body washed up in 2008 and he hasn't been seen since. However, we found this picture. It looks a lot like Moon. It even has a dent in its fin. I mean, it's an iPhone photo, so it's not exactly what I call amazing quality in order for me to zoom in.
Yeah, we can't zoom in and see, but it is sort of in the right place and everything.
Yeah. And we also came in because the body that washed up that was presumed to be Moon was found really far north. Like, if you ever look at the sightings tables that I've made for these guys, not that far north. They were in Sunderland it washed up.
Yeah, which is really not where they're usually. They're usually in the outer and inner Hebrides or down in Ireland.
Yeah, like the furthest north they've probably been is... I don't know the place name, so I'm just going to forget I said that sentence.
What's the place name?
Yeah!
Right? Like, put it in Skype and I'll read it.
Okay, I'll put it in Skype.
I will handle the pronunciation.
Before it goes terribly wrong. But yeah, anyway, sighted far too much north. Although it was the right size, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was about 8 meters or 8.5 meters. So it does fit size-wise. It's just a bit...
it's far too decomposed to...
And it's really north. That's sort of infringing on Northern Isles territory, really.
Yeah, I mean, if he was ill or something, maybe he popped up there, but it seems really odd.
Also, considering when they're ill, or they seem to go to outer Hebrides, I imagine. They hang around there when stuff's going on. Like when Baby died, they were sticking hardcore to them.
Yeah, they really were. That's why we had a theory, you know, like, oh my god, what if it was one of theirs? But tooth wear indicates it was not one of theirs.
Yeah. But yeah, they were sticking hardcore to that area. And it's just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, so that's why we had a bit of a panic until they turned around and went, yeah, definitely one of the type 1s, not type 2. Everyone collectively breathed a sigh of relief. Just in case. Because, I mean, if it had been like a juvenile West Coaster that we hadn't found out about before, and we found out because he died, that would be terrible.
I would kill people, let's be real.
Ailey's making it real now.
Yeah. Keeping it real. I'd kill people.
People would die.
I've threatened
You
people.
heard it here first. You heard it here first. People would die.
I have threatened lives for less, let's be real. Seriously, what is your name?
I know, I'm sorry. The map is being so slow at zooming in.
Oh, that's the worst when that happens.
Hang on, the northmost point they have been seen is... What is the name of you? What is the name of this place? Oh my god.
I bet it's a silly name. It most likely is a very odd name.
Hang on, let me just actually spell it in.
Okay.
There we go.
Inverpolly?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, are you sure? That's...
Yeah. That's the farthest north. Did I get that wrong?
No, give me a sec. I'm just trying to see what it is, where it is exactly.
Oh no.
Why were they in there? That's a lot.
Well, not so. They were sort of in the like scene about 3 miles out from there.
Oh, that makes sense.
That was just like the closest thing I could click on to load in time. They've seen in.
Yeah, I know where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Inverpolly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's still like equal to like Stornoway and Lewis and Harris, which.
Yeah, it's about right. They've not been seen further north than that. At least not in the time range I actually catalogued, which was from 2011 to 2014. I should probably catch up on it to add the latest ones, but there haven't been that many.
It's winter, there's not usually many.
No, I think the last one we had, they were heading back south, and then like 3 days later there was an Aquarius sighting in the middle of nowhere.
I was raging, because that was so close to me, and I had just left the island. I was like, mate, where have you been for 18 years? I was so angry. I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah. It's just a shame that, like, the body they presume to be Moon never had a necropsy done on it or any kind of study, because genetic data on these guys would be amazing. But no, yeah, just they passed up the opportunity, god damn it.
God damn it, guys. You had a great opportunity and you just... God damn it.
Is that real? The rage is always real. Never forget. I think that's
although we seem very nice and sciencey, we're actually angry all the time.
Yeah. Anything pisses us off slightly, we're always Skyping each other like, are you kidding me? Look at this
what
bullshit!
What the fuck is this?
Earlier we're having quite the rant about typography.
Fonts. We were hardcore bitching about fonts.
Yes, we were hardcore bitching about fonts. It was an emotional time.
It really was.
Anyway, I think we're done with theories, which is surprising. It turns out we don't have 9 theories, we have 11 theories. I think we actually ended up with another one in between, but I wasn't counting. So it's 11 to 12 theories going on, and only one of them has been complete to the point where a discussion paper has literally been written up 3 times now in an attempt to get it to sound right. It's on its 4th rewrite up right now.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it will get there. And then, we can turn around to the scientists and go, hey, so we had this idea. Look at this. Maybe you could just give us the data so we could prove it. That'd be great.
Seriously, if we publish it, it'll be under like Strathclyde, and then we just like, who's this?
It'd be under my university as well, and they'd be like, what? Hang on.
Like, you can imagine them going through the records and like turning up in architecture, like,
architecture?
Did you publish a paper on whales?
Animation? What is going on?
Did a first year architecture student publish a paper on whales?
It would be great. Let's face it.
It would be amazing. Like, I'm still amazed the university haven't just, turned up asking why I'm on the internet looking at sort of whale pictures and research papers to do with whales all the time.
Yeah.
Just like,
I was quite scared that my university were going to turn around, because at one point in order to get this research paper I wanted, I had to be accredited by a university. So I had to put in like all my university details. And then, they gave me the paper, and I was like, if they actually email my university, I'm going to get some really weird questions. Why do you want to download this narwhal paper? It technically counts to what I'm doing somehow.
It would not technically count.
It would not at all. It was all. And then, of course, I basically abused my email. The ACE. I'm still abusing it, actually. But it's all for educational purposes, so I don't see why they can't just let everyone access these things.
It's just for your education, guys.
Yeah, I mean, why can't everyone who doesn't have, like, a university email or that just, access this stuff? It's all good.
Or science.
Science. We love science. We love science, but we're an animator and an architecture. It's kind of like we were looking through a brochure of jobs and we stopped at the A's. Like, we'll do this. We like this. We're not going to look at anything else. We're going to do this.
It's basically just looking through the brochure and got to A and we said, that sounds cool.
Yeah. It's not really. We love what we do.
I love what we do.
And we can still help whales by doing what we do. So, yeah.
Exactly. We're still using our knowledge in these areas to be super cool.
Yeah. We are super cool. Actually, how long have we been going for? Oh, wow, we've gone over an hour.
Oh, God.
Hour and 2 minutes. You've listened to us for an hour and 2 minutes if you're still listening. I'm still surprised people actually listen, but that doesn't mean I don't appreciate you.
I'm giving you a round of applause if you got this.
Yeah. Round of applause and possibly cookies, but don't hold me to that. If anyone holds me to that, that means you listened this far and maybe I owe you a thank you, but yeah, I'm not actually promising cookies. Please don't bring me up on that. I can't give you cookies. I live on an island.
Really? Are we going to go there?
Ailey lives on a small island.
I live in the middle of the North Atlantic. It's terrifying. Like, guys, every single hurricane America gets? We get the tail end of that. Every tornado and hurricane and all your shit weather comes to us. And we're completely exposed to the elements, so it's basically like, well, we're not going outside for 2 weeks. It's basically what it is.
It sounds awesome, yet terrifying.
It's great, but oh my god.
We should wrap this up, because I have work tomorrow.
Oh god.
But it's been fun. It's always fun. Wait, what are we going to do next week?
I don't know.
I don't know either. It's going to be a surprise for next week, guys. Ahaha.
Look forward to surprises.
Yes, you should. Goodbye, everybody.
Good luck.